Today I want to talk about Total War. No surprise. But specifically on auto-resolve battles. This comes up due to the recent blog about Warhammer 3 from CA. Currently, when you go to auto-resolve, you can see the little bar which roughly tells you your odds of winning or losing. In addition, Warhammer 3 will now tell you the predicted result, so how many men you will lose, how many your opponent will lose, the specific units that will get hit hardest, and so on. Now, to what extent is it accurate is yet unknown. However, they do add that the auto-resolve feature will give a more improved and logical result. If Warhammer fans are happy with this, then good for them. Let them be happy. People play Warhammer, for the most part, for different reasons than people play historicals. However, for me, I am not a fan of the overall new direction the tool has taken. It's become far too predictable and easy to manipulate. Basically, if the odds of you winning is over 50%, you auto-win, no matter what. This may have been slightly changed in the most recent games, but overall the stats are still very close to those numbers. There comes a point where no matter what the odds, you know you will win by simply clicking a button. This puts the player in a position where if they know they can win through auto-resolve and then quickly replenish all their losses before the next battle, then they can just spam auto-resolve battle after battle. The issue is the feature is too powerful and too favourable to the player, to the point where if you put in the effort and the work to fight the battle manually and win, you will now become disadvantaged. You would have been better off in many cases just clicking that button. I love Attila Total War. I have around 400 hours or something like that in that game. I've only ever fought 2 offensive sieges. There's really next to no point in loading in and fighting, because auto-resolve will so frequently give you the better option. Then, due to auto-replenishment combined with the lack of a manpower feature, it becomes no problem. Whereas in classical Total War, auto-resolve is not used to avoid the big battles and big sieges. The feature is just to speed some things up or get rid of random rebel armies, because it gives you too much of an unstable disadvantage. Yes, you have to fight more battles in Rome, but that's what I love about it. It increases the depth and my immersion. I feel I am working for my victories, rather than clicking for them. So, how should we fix it? First of all, I don't think it should necessarily give specific details on the exact results, at least in the early game. In my opinion, and feel free to disagree as always, auto-resolving at the start of the game should be brutal against you. Expect heavy losses and randomness, to tempt the player more into actually fighting their first battles and building out their kingdom. However, this can of course become tedious late game, so why not gradually, over time, make it favour you more? What I propose is the best of both worlds. Early game, you have to fight battles and have fun with your units, but late game, at the point where you're nearing the end, likely getting bored and tired, and just want it to be over with so you can start a new, fresh campaign, then it should switch its favour. Then you can storm through and conquer quicker, making it far less tedious, but only late game. That last bit is essential for the player's immersion. You could argue, just don't use it, but that is not how everyone's mind works. If you play to win and have fun, which I am assuming the majority are, then this tool becomes a problematic feature. Of course, someone of that mentality will click it, even though they know it will ruin their fun. If they want to win, it's only logical that they will click, but if they also want to have fun, then they're going to end up regretting it and then hating the game because they're not fighting enough battles. The player simply cannot help it. Anyway, as said, this is only for the historicals. Because of magic and the fantasy factor, Warhammer Total War Battles gives the player a different mindset, and they find other things to take advantage of. These then become a tempter to fight the battles. However, historicals are a different mode, and I don't think the auto-resolve feature is healthy for their success. Historicals need that extra layer of immersion. A bias auto-resolve feature to you takes away from that immersion. Anyway, I have been MELKOR. Let me know what you think with a comment down below. Like if you agree, share with anyone you think would be interested. But for now, until the next one, MELKOR.